Hello, everyone.
What up, everybody? It's good to see you. Happy mornings. Happy week. It's good to see you guys. Happy Friday. Hopefully all is well. It's good to see everybody popping into the chat room. Hello, hello, hello. As you can see, we're still a little early. I just wanted to pop on here. I figured I would be late, but I wasn't. I packed all my cards up. Anybody who bought cards yesterday got stickers and their cards. Everything's packed. Everyone's ready to go. It'll go out midday today. So thank you guys for all those purchases last night on the eBay store. I really do appreciate you. So yeah, thank you so much. Brian, Andrew, Mark, Llama, Gigi, M-Man, Lurkin, M83, Bionic, BJ, it's great to see you. Hoosier, Unknown, On Esther, Dark Cloud, Patrick Waugh, or Patriot Roy, G. Martin, SL, Colton, Wolfhound, Lemmy, Kenneth, Desert Pirate, James T, Garrett, Dustin, Matt, Alice, Jimmy Lee, it's great to see you guys. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, E-Break? Amy, I got your cards. They're all ready to go. They're already ready to go, Amy. They'll be out this morning, or this afternoon. They'll be dropped off, so they'll be on your way to you very shortly. Hi, Kat. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Laguna. Hi, Peter. It's good to see you as well. Hi, Kevin, Turtle, Russell, Karma, Hooked. Oh, and look who's here. You guys like the... It's funny, when I put that picture up this morning of Stinks, most people didn't recognize it was him. They thought I got another cat. Nope, that's just Stinkings. When he was just a little baby. He's just a little baby. What about the Quimby fees? I don't know. We'll find out today about the Quimby fees.
I want to find out what the definition of trillium is. What the fuck is trillium?
Hold on, we need to hear that whole thing.
I want to find out what the definition of trillium is. What the fuck is trillium? I'm concerned you haven't passed a resolution regarding the flare-up in the Middle East.
I'd like to call the meeting to order, so if our guests could please have a seat.
Ghostbusters is there. Why is it Ghostbuster Day? No, it's National Donut Day.
Thank you so much. Good morning and welcome to this
no
meeting
joke.
of your
It's
Los Angeles
National
City
Donut
Council.
Day.
Today is Friday.
No, not that
June
kind of
7th,
donut.
Give me a twister. Make it two.
and I'm
Hold it
Paul
flat.
Krikorian,
That
President
kind
of the
of
City
donut.
Council.
Hopefully we don't have an echo today. I don't know what else to
Can
do.
you guys take a seat, or that'd be great. Thank you. Okay.
Why is it so-
Public comment will be taken
Boy, it's
today
so
both
light
in
today,
person in the
compared to
council chambers and by teleconference.
Well, hopefully
Mr.
there's
Clerk,
not.
if you could please call the roll.
Quite low.
Blumenfield, De Leon,
Not
Harris,
very-
Dawson,
it's on
Hernandez,
full
Hut,
blast
Krikorian,
today.
Lee, McCosker, Padilla,
Bros
Park,
have
Price,
2
Rahman, Rodriguez,
power
Soto,
packs.
Martinez, Yaroslavsky,
And there's
11
10 of them
members
over
present,
there.
and
They're
quorum
all
is
dressed
present.
like,
Thank you. First order
you
of
know,
business, please.
Ray
Approval of the
Bankman.
minutes of June
Isn't that
5th,
what his name was?
2024.
Bankman?
Councilmember Harris Dawson moves. Councilmember Lee seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions
Good,
for approval.
good, good, good. Let's-
Councilmember Blumenfield moves. Councilmember Rodriguez seconds. Next, let's run through the agenda, please.
Mr. President,
What's up,
there is a
Panda?
request to refer item
Hook?
number 8 back to committee.
Could
Without
be, Hook.
objection,
Could be.
that will be the
Hi,
order.
Calamity
I know
Girl.
there are a lot of
Hi,
people
Bloodbath.
here
Hi,
who
50
are
Cloud, 50
waiting to
Cal,
speak
Rock
about
Circle.
item 8. Just so you know,
Karma.
we will not be voting on that today in
Pacific
council. We will
Guitars,
be
thank
referring
you.
it back to the Public Safety and Planning, Land Use and Management
Pacifica.
Committee.
Sorry, it's not Pacific. Pacifica.
All right.
My eyes. It's going fast.
Without
over
objection,
here.
that will be the order.
It's
What's
National
next, Mr.
Chocolate
Clerk?
Ice Cream Day.
Items 1 through
How
3
can it be
are
more
items
than
for
one
which
day?
public hearings have been held.
Why doesn't
the committee
chocolate ice
report
cream
for
get their
item
own
3
day?
has been submitted and is
why does the
online
donut
under
day
its
get
council
jacked?
file. Items
why
4
can't
through
they
8
get their
are
own
items
day?
for which public hearings
Just
have
saying.
not been held. Item number 7 on the agenda has a typo in the title, and the correct date should be August 31st, 2024. 10 votes are required for
August
consideration.
31st, 2020. Oh, cool. Well, let me
Okay,
guess.
without
There's a
objection, those
typo,
items
huh?
are now before
Shocker.
us, members. Do any members have items that you would like to call special? Councilmember Price.
Thank you, Mr. President. I need to recuse
Bro, it's
myself
packed
from
in
item
there.
3.
Of course you need
because
to
my wife's employer
fucking
is working
recuse yourself.
applicants impacted by this.
Very good.
item.
Thank you. We will hold item 3 on the desk for purposes of return. Any other specials, members? Any items to call special on the left? Any on the right? Seeing none. Mr. Clerk, what's available for us to vote on?
The council may now vote on items 1 and 2.
All right, those items are now before us. I see no members wishing to be heard, so let's open the roll, close the roll,
you, Wagon
and
Train.
tabulate the votes.
12 ayes.
Yeah, I have a bunch of old
All right.
92, 93 Flair
Thank you,
Ultra.
members. With
Ooh, you okay, buddy? You okay?
With that, I'd like to recognize Councilmember McOsker. I understand you have an important announcement to make, so
Thank
you
you.
have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much. We have some great visitors, some guests here today, and I want to make an
Something
announcement
wrong
about
with
their
this contact
visit.
on the left side.
I
Thought it
have
was
the
just
privilege,
last night I was tired.
as our friends come
I think
forward,
it's time to throw this one away.
I have
on
the
left
privilege of having with us today Chief Godwin Babatunde Okoturo, as well as Agrippa Izozo, the founder and president of the African Diaspora
The
Foundation,
Flair Ultra
and
stuff really
Sylvia
isn't worth much unless
Izozo,
it's
the
somebody like
chairperson
really big, like
of the
Michael
African
Jordan.
Diaspora
And even
Foundation.
that, it's not worth a whole
We
lot.
will be welcoming
Even
here
in
in Los
perfect shape,
Angeles
they're just
the
other cars
delegation
that
to
are
the
super
Port of Los
mass-produced.
Angeles this weekend.
can
We're
still buy
excited
the
to
boxes
showcase the
for pretty
importance
cheap,
and
sealed.
value of the port to the city of Los Angeles, especially in
40
terms
bucks
of
for a
employment,
box or something, so
trade,
they're not
and
worth
tourism.
too much, to be honest
In
with you.
2016, Chief Godwin Okotura was
hear me
granted the
over
title of
Buckethead.
Ugo of Warri Kingdom in Delta State, Nigeria, and he serves as a chief under the Olu of Warri, Ogiame Otuwase III.
And I don't
For
want
a little
my feet to go
background,
too loud, but here, I
Warri
turned it
is
up
a
a
port
little bit.
town,
Hopefully that's
just
better.
like
King
San
Jaffrey
Pedro and
Jofar.
Wilmington.
She does look
By
like.
creating
what was her
relationships
name?
like these
Elion?
between Warri and Los
Elion?
Angeles, we can foster economic
That was the
growth
wife?
and cultural exchange,
Eddie's
benefiting both of our regions, both of our peoples, and strengthen the ties between Nigeria and the United States. The African Diaspora Foundation was established in 1991, born out of concern for people of Africa, African descent globally, who continue to face significant challenges despite some progress in political
This is called
and
knee
economic
bending,
matters.
Nathan,
The
to get
ADF
votes.
aims to address
They call
this
in a group
historical
every day
subjugation and uplift
that's different
African
than them.
communities
They
worldwide
pretend to care
by laying
about
the
them.
groundwork for
They
meaningful
give them either a peachy
change.
folder or.
I'm also
if they're
happy to
people
have
of
with
color,
us
they get
some
a
great
framed picture.
1-5ers
They're white,
in our
they get a no
district.
peachy folder.
Joe Gatlin and Dr. Cheyenne
They
Bryant.
pretend to
Joe is
care
the
about you
founder
for
and current
5
vice
to 10
president of the
minutes, and then get you
NAACP
the
branch
fuck out of the hall and hope
1069
that you vote for them.
and founder of the Juneteenth 400 nonprofit, which has been hosting Juneteenth
That's
celebrations
basically what it is,
for over
in a
30
nutshell.
years. And Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is the president of the
And
NAACP
man, I've seen it
branch
before. I haven't been
1069,
on
a
it.
doctor of
I have a few
psychology,
friends that live
renowned
down there,
author,
you know,
speaker, and
going to
community
dinner or
activist.
whatever.
And we
Been
also
sitting
have
there
with
for a
us
while,
Tim
so I
Tucker,
just drive by. It's cool.
who is an ILWU
I've never,
member
like, walked on the
and
deck
a
or anything.
grassroots activist in the Harbor City community, bringing us so many
Hopefully,
things, including this
me
summer,
turning the mic up was
our
a little
first
better.
ever jazz festival in Harbor City.
Game pattern.
And so
Thank you
please
so much for the
join
Twitch Prime
me
for
in
38
welcoming
months.
these visitors to our chamber.
Thank you so much,
Call me
Mr.
now.
McOsker,
Call me now. Where's
and
Cleo?
welcome
Call
to our
me
guests.
now.
We want to hear
Did
from
you get in trouble
Councilmember
for all that
Price.
shit?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. McCosker, thank you for bringing our esteemed visitors, both from the 1-5 and from the African continent, here today. We know how important the
At least you got it
diaspora,
right
the
that it's a
African diaspora
continent.
is in our community. In fact, the mayor hosted a conversation last week about establishing a better trade policy between Los Angeles and the African continent. And so we are keenly aware of obstacles and
Wakanda
opportunities.
forever.
And so we certainly welcome
Isn't
you
that
here
the
today.
Black Panther
We know
stuff,
it's going to be an
Wakanda?
exciting celebration
Never seen the movie
in
Black
the
Panther.
in San Pedro this weekend.
I don't watch too many
but we know that
superhero
we want to
movies.
continue those activities in
The
development.
X-Men
So we
ones are
appreciate
good.
your
I
presence
like the
here today.
X-Men
Appreciate
ones.
the leadership always of the NAACP.
But all the other offshoots are.
And we want to continue working together, making the 1-5 great. Again, thank you.
Thank you so much once again, and welcome. And thank you, Councilmember McOsker. Thank you, Councilmember Price. You know, all of you should
come
know
on here, since
that
they're
the city
honoring
of
me,
Los
folks, why don't they
Angeles
tell them
has
about June?
wide open doors
How-
and is
why
very
don't they tell them about
eager
the
to
Tuskegee
do
experiment?
more business with folks from the continent of Africa. Councilmember Price has led out several delegations to the continent
black
to
folks
establish those ties, as well
and
as our
put,
mayor, as we
syphilis
discussed
in them.
before, and the leader
Watch what it would do
for our
to them.
city at the port in the 1-5, Councilmember McOsker.
And I want to thank Councilmember Mayor Bass and the
Democrats do
Port of
so
Los
much stuff,
Angeles.
but never
We'll
talk
be
about all their
conducting a
past.
boat tour
They couldn't,
tomorrow
they can't.
and exchanging great ideas between our port and their port. And again, as you say, strengthening the ties. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You never heard about the Tuskegee experiment? I think you should read up on it. Open your eyes a little
All right,
bit.
our next presentation will be led by our City Council President, Paul Kokorian.
They did. And you know what is funny? More funny, JSN? They want to have people get reparations here when this is a slave-free state.
Good
Always.
morning, Mr.
No
President
slaves here
and
in
members.
California.
I have an opportunity to present a
And there
very
were
fun
many black
presentation
folks that
today,
had
but
slaves
also one
themselves. You're
with
right.
a lot of deep significance and meaning, especially
won't
to
talk about
children in our community. It was 40 years ago.
What is this, dude?
And
Just
Councilmember Rodriguez, when
50-year-old
we're doing
LARPers?
these 40-year retrospectives that we've been doing, I don't know, those 40 years went by very quickly. But 40 years ago, Ghostbusters burst onto the scene.
Damn, it's been
one of
40
the
years
great
now?
comedy films of the 80s, which was
Mello?
the first of what would become a franchise.
Mike is still a bit low,
And it really not only
don't
represented
wanna go too high with
a
it.
terrific
There, it's a
comedic
little higher.
accomplishment,
Hopefully that's better.
but it also stood for many of the things that we talk about often when we talk about the importance of keeping filming
I'm
here in
guessing
Los
it's
Angeles.
a tribute because
a
it's
major
a
motion
40-year
picture
anniversary,
like
maybe?
this that was
all I
set
can think of.
primarily in New York, and LA stood in for New York, and I just love it when we do this.
They better play
there was a
fucking Ray
scene
Parker Ray Parker
investigating
Jr.'s
a
I Ain't Afraid
haunting
of No
reported
Ghosts.
in the basement of the New York Public Library. It was shot right here at our own Los Angeles Central Library. When the Ghostbusters team was looking for a building to set up as their headquarters, they found a decommissioned firehouse. It was our own historic fire station number 23
Bill Murray,
on
he's
East
not
5th
showing up
Street,
here. Got better things to
former
do.
headquarters of the Los Angeles Fire Department.
And he's probably tired of the Ghostbusters
When
shit
they
anyways.
received their first call and the Ghostbusters team was dispatched to the Sedgwick Hotel, they were in reality showing up at the Millennium Biltmore. So, when you have these sorts of examples of the ability to film in Los Angeles, this is what creates thousands and thousands of good middle-class jobs right here in LA, and it emphasizes why we have to work so hard to make sure that our heritage industry stays right here in Los Angeles. So I want to thank
Man, they
all
better
of
say
those,
rest in peace to Egon,
from Ivan
Harold
Reitman
Ramos.
to
Without
on
him,
down,
none
all
of that
those
would have
from the
been a
1980s
story. That was all
who
Harold
were
Ramos.
responsible for making
Same
sure
with
that
Caddyshack,
Ghostbusters
pretty much,
took
too.
place here.
Same with
But
Stripes.
in addition to that, Ghostbusters
Egon
continues to this
Egon
day
was
to
really
pay
a
great
smart dude.
benefits for the people of Los Angeles.
Funny guy,
And
great,
I'm
fantastic
really pleased
writer,
to be joined here
great
today by
director.
representatives from the Starlight Children's Foundation, as well as Los Angeles Ghostbusters. The Starlight Children's Foundation is an LA-based nonprofit organization that's committed to
Team of
addressing the
Ghostbuster suits.
unique needs
Yeah,
of
the suits
children
don't
in
look so bad.
hospitals
Neither does
and
the
providing
back.
them with comfort and support. And Los Angeles Ghostbusters, I'm not sure how long they've been doing it, but as you can see looking around me,
Yeah, you got one of the
they
brain
are
behind
a
it all.
very popular cosplay group that provides an authentic
Cosplay.
Ghostbusters
You mean
experience
LARPer.
while raising awareness for many philanthropic causes.
Straight up
And they've been
LARPer.
a fundraising partner for the Starlight Children's
LARPer.
Foundation for the past 3 years, really making a difference in young people's lives in some of the most difficult times that they experience. So, to celebrate the franchise's 40th anniversary, the Starlight Children's Foundation, LA Ghostbusters, and Sony Pictures have partnered to create Ghostbusters-themed hospital gowns to try to uplift and bring a little bit of joy to their young patients. Los Angeles Ghostbusters have partnered with small local businesses as well as Sony to raise over $55,000 for Starlight
Egon
and led a
passed away,
national
Liz.
campaign that raised over
passed away probably
$41,000 to create
5 years
Ghostbusters-themed
ago?
hospital gowns
Harold
for
Ramis
children,
passed away?
not
I
just
don't
here
know,
in
I'd have to
LA,
Google
but across the country as well.
Yeah, he passed
So,
away. He's the only one
I'm
that
so
that
grateful
passed.
that for over 40 years, Starlight Children's Foundation has delivered happiness to over 21
Yeah, he
million
died on
seriously
2014.
ill children and their families. And so if
10
I can,
years.
we have
Doesn't
a
seem
brief
like
video
it, but
about
10 years
Starlight.
ago we passed away.
So
February
what you got a
24th,
call that you're a
2014.
kid stuck in a hospital bed. Why Ghostbusters, of course?
Morning, everybody. Matt here from the Los Angeles Ghostbusters. We are here at Miller Children's and Women's Hospital in Long Beach, California, where we are going to deliver the first round of Starlight Ghostbuster-themed hospital gowns to the kids here in this hospital.
This is our newest Ghostbusters-themed Starlight Hospital gown. And what we're able to do is partner with fan groups across the country, like the LA Ghostbusters, as well as hospitals like Miller Children's here in Long Beach, and provide gowns like this to the hospitalized kids here to just bring comfort and joy to them when it's needed most.
The movies you get: Ghostbusters, Fear One, Knocked Up, Orange County, I'm with Lucy, The Last Kiss, Love Affair.
They were able to
As
come
Good
and
As It
visit the
Gets,
patients and bring
High
smiles
Fidelity,
to their faces,
Airheads,
and
Groundhog
just really
Day,
make such a
Ghostbusters
difference in
1,
their
2, and
hospital
3,
stay.
Baby Boom,
Dozens of
Stealing
Ghostbusters
Home,
groups around the country and
Vacation,
around the world
Heavy
showed
Metal,
their support.
Stripes,
We raised over
all done by Harold Ramis.
$40,000 to
Telling
get
you,
these
the dude
gowns
was so
made.
far ahead
now
of his
we're going to
time.
get them in the hands of their first
He was,
busters.
funny enough as it is, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd were probably the more popular ones because they were in many movies. And not to say that Harold wasn't, because he was, but he was truly the brain behind all of it.
All right. So, members, please help me
Almost
welcome
every movie on there is
the
a
senior
hit
manager of the Starlight Children's Foundation, Madison Shearer.
movie. He touched, turned to gold. And I assure you, his 5 kids are still living off
Hello,
it.
everyone.
Bro, did you see the floods on Homeboy
On behalf
in the
of the
front
children
row?
and families Starlight supports,
His
I want
pants
to
are to
offer my
his
heartfelt
knees.
gratitude to the Los Angeles Ghostbusters for an incredibly inspiring 3 years of partnership with Starlight, and to Sony, Ghost Corps, and the City of LA for celebrating their efforts today. When a child faces serious illness or injury, it can often be an emotional and stressful experience, even in the best possible care. That's why Starlight exists. We ensure hospitals are easier places for kids to be. Through our Fandom with Purpose initiative, Starlight is proud to work with fan groups like the Los Angeles Ghostbusters to channel their enthusiasm and creativity to deliver happiness to hospitalized kids. This spirit of community and giving is at the heart of Fandom with Purpose. United by their shared appreciation for this beloved fandom, the LA Ghostbusters and other fan groups have donated their time and resources to support Starlight's mission.
Wolf mode engaged.
From day one, they have built their group on a foundation of giving back. And Starlight is fortunate to support their efforts by helping kids in the hospital suit up, enhancing their confidence and resilience through difficult treatments and procedures. Because of their generous support, Starlight can continue to innovate and enhance our programs to transport kids out of the hospital and into their favorite stories through video games, books, toys, and character-themed hospital gowns, like this one.
That's cool.
Last year, with the support of Sony and Ghost Corps, the first Ghostbusters-themed Starlight hospital gowns were hand-delivered by the LA Ghostbusters to Miller Children's Hospital in Long Beach, as you just saw. Hospitals in New York, Florida, Arizona, Texas, Illinois, Minnesota, and more also received these special gowns, representing the local communities of other Ghostbusters fan groups who came together in support of this initiative and Starlight's mission. Their collective efforts raised over $40,000 to fund the first 1,000 gowns, a rapidly assembled community effort like nothing Starlight has seen before.
No, it isn't.
They continue to fundraise to bring more of these hospital gowns to young patients, building a legacy that we hope will inspire others to join this movement of compassion and creativity. To quote one of the LA Ghostbusters founding members, "Happiness is healing, physically for some, mentally for others." As kids across the country suit up with their Ghostbusters-themed Starlight gowns and face their greatest challenges yet, one thing is clear. Ghostbusters Day isn't just about celebrating an iconic and timeless franchise. It's about recognizing the unifying and healing power of community spirit. I'll close with a message from Starlight kid Leo, who received his Ghostbusters-themed Starlight gown to wear during his surgery this past February. Thank you so much. I appreciate you making me look so cool. Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Madison. Now I'd like to introduce the partner of the Starlight Children's Foundation, representing Los Angeles Ghostbusters, Miguel Medina. Miguel?
Okay. Good morning, President Krikorian, esteemed Los Angeles Council members, our friends at Sony Ghost Corps, and my fellow Ghostbuster fans. My name is Miguel Medina.
Should I watch
I am the
new
event
Ghostbusters?
coordinator
You mean
and a
the one with the
co-founder of
girls?
the Los Angeles Ghostbusters.
I'm not watching.
This is
that.
a remarkable
Not
occasion
because
and a
it has to
great
do with
honor to
women,
be here with all of you.
Just because of the fucking
Normally,
fact that it's
you would not see
cut and
Ghostbusters at City
pasted
Hall
from the
unless the
original.
city was facing a
First two
disaster of
were
biblical
good.
proportions.
I've never watched anything after that.
I can.
Nor will I.
Well,
They can make a new one with Dan Aykroyd.
well,
and Bill
gladly,
Murray,
that is
and
not
I
the
wouldn't
case
watch
this morning. And if it was, you'd be safe because we're here to take care of it.
Just some movies shouldn't be touched, just like Willy Wonka. How many Willy Wonka offshoots have they made already? 2, 3?
I was born in 1984, so I'm also turning 40 this year. And this anniversary shares a personal significance to me. I grew up as a child of the 80s and the 90s, and along with other beloved franchises, Ghostbusters was my personal favorite. Anytime I went out with my parents, I would use whatever excuse to convince them to take me to Toys R Us,
and they shouldn't touch.
where I
Certain shit,
just wanted to
don't
look around
touch
the
it.
store.
That goes to show you how unoriginal the writers are.
Of course, my
now.
real intentions
They
were to
can't
see
come up
what
with
kind of real
anything
Ghostbusters
themselves.
toy I could beg them to
They're
buy
going to
me.
do everything John Hughes or
most of the
John
time it
Carpenter or
worked.
any other John did back in the day.
For Halloween, I dressed
They
up as a
ride off that
Ghostbuster
dude-
when I was in
those dudes'
kindergarten.
coattails.
I have fond memories of
That's
seeing
real.
Ghostbusters 2 in theaters in 1989 and pretending there was pink slime on the floor as we exited the theater. 10 years ago, I decided to dress up as a Ghostbuster for Halloween again and wear my flight suit to a local comic book convention in downtown Los Angeles. The response from people was very
It's just a
positive.
flight suit, a
I
whole
met
bunch of
with other
different
Ghostbuster
patches.
fans who also cosplayed as Ghostbusters and quickly realized a lot of good can come from this. Anyone can be a Ghostbuster, but if you want to make a real
Some
difference,
Toys R Us's
you need
are
to have
bags,
heart and
Andrew,
compassion.
if I'm not mistaken.
I have been very
There's a couple.
fortunate and privileged to
I
have
wanna
met
say
some
they opened up a
important
couple.
figures in Ghostbusters
It's just
history.
not like it was before.
While
where
I
it was in
cherish
every
those
town
memories,
and
I have
they
also
were
had
huge box
the
stores.
opportunity to participate in some amazing projects
they're online
that delivered happiness
with very
and
few
benefited
brick and
many
mortars
individuals, especially the
claiming
children that
bankruptcy
Starlight Children's
or
Foundation
going through
serves.
bankruptcy, I should say.
I'm very proud.
Custodial
I'm
suit?
very proud to be a part of this fandom,
custodians
but
in my
above
school
all
just
else,
work
a proud
their
member
clothes
of
like
this
this.
group. All of our members have been phenomenal and outstanding. And there are many of us out there across the
remember that
country
part.
and the world who work hard in their communities to serve and raise awareness for charity. And I can only hope we inspire others to follow our lead and do amazing things. Because we have the tools, we have the talent, no job is too big, no worthy cause is too big, because we're the best, we're the beautiful, and we're the only Ghostbusters.
Thank you, Miguel. Well, who are you going to call? Next up, I'd like to introduce Jason Reitman, who is a director and filmmaker and the son of one of our country's great filmmakers, Ivan Reitman, the director of the original Ghostbusters. Jason?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Frankly, the thing I want to say the most is that I wish my father could be here right now because he would be honored by this. I'm the grandchild of Holocaust survivors. My father came here with nothing, and the city of Los Angeles gave my father a place to make movies, to tell stories, and stories that reach the world. The most important of them was Ghostbusters. And what would honor him the most today is this. You know, there's Ghostbuster organizations in every city in the country. There's a Houston Ghostbusters, there's a New York Ghostbusters, there's a Duluth Ghostbusters. None of them quite as good as the LA Ghostbusters. And this goes beyond a group that likes to dress up as Ghostbusters. They all have one thing in common. They all do charity work.
He was.
You know, it's not an accident that the Ghostbusters use, the real Ghostbusters in the movie, they use a retired ambulance. And they dress up in these work suits. Every Ghostbusters group in the country, they do work and primarily with children's hospitals, and what you've done here today is extraordinary. What the Starlight organization does is extraordinary. And frankly, I'm more honored just to be here with you guys today. Thank you, council members, and thank you for having us, and happy Ghostbusters Day to everybody.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you very much, Jason.
Look at Homeboy's pants in the front
And
row.
Jason, your
Look at
dad
his
is
pants in the
with us
front row.
today.
Bro,
so,
did you
thanks
see how
so
high
much.
they were?
So, of
Like,
course,
it's literally
Ghostbusters
to
was
his
a
shins.
Columbia
And I get it,
Studios
fitted
picture,
suits, they're kinda
and
like,
Columbia
wearing
is
floods, but
celebrating its 100th
the flood shouldn't be
anniversary
that
as well this year.
Just saying.
Now part of Sony Pictures Entertainment.
see your
So I
shins
want to
when you
also
sit down.
recognize that we have Ghost Corps here and Sony Pictures
you need to see it,
Entertainment
Terry.
Motion Picture Group representatives. Thank you all for being
have to
with
just
us
pause it
today.
for 5
And
seconds
with
or
that,
less.
members, it's my great privilege.
Just to show you again.
Before you make the big presentation, Mr.
sorry.
Council
Okay.
President Krikorian, I want to call on a few members, beginning with Councilmember Padilla.
Well, I just wanted to thank you, Council President Krikorian, for bringing this presentation here. You know, I've been very open about how I was a Children's Hospital, Shriners Hospital kid, age 18 and under, for something that I have called rickets. So just kind of seeing those images made me feel very grateful. So I want to thank you for all of the philanthropy that you do. But I also just seeing those pictures in the hospital, and then just thinking back to when I first saw Ghostbusters, I was really young, under probably 5 years old. And I vividly remember my siblings being very excited to watch it.
This guy right
and
here
they were very
that has
strict
the
with me
pants.
about not watching movies that were going to be scary.
This guy in the
And I remember
very end.
thinking, but you're letting me watch
Him right here.
Ghostbusters? It's a ghost movie.
This is the guy you need to look at.
But then we finally
pants.
watched it, and so much laughter. So much laughter, and I appreciate that. And I honestly think that it actually played a role in why I've never been scared of ghosts. So thank you.
And our chairwoman of the 80s caucus of the LA City Council, Councilmember Monica Rodriguez.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Krikorian, for
There's
bringing in
Ian.
this presentation. And really, thank you all so much for turning what
Ian.
has been a
Morgan.
childhood favorite for so many of us.
Happy Friday.
And turning it into a legacy of service and
What's up, Heath?
doing such remarkable work for the kids that need us in their most vulnerable time, and their families. It just brings about so much kindness, character, humor, and just lightheartedness
This is a huge caucus.
as people struggle through the most challenging times. And I think it's a beautiful, legacy, Jason, for your father. I think that's really remarkable. What a beautiful kind of legacy to have continue on with one of the most, again, iconic movies that everyone identifies with, right? It's just, I mean, it was just such a remarkable time for Los Angeles movie making, but such an important film for a lot of us, because it was just a lot of laughs. I mean, you know, you couldn't ask for a better bunch. It was nothing but laughs. It was a great time.
Bet you
And the
couldn't
fact
name
that
all
you've
three of
used
them.
that to continue to give back in this
You
way
have
is
to
really
right
quite
now.
special. So thank you so much. Happy Ghostbusters Day.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Rodriguez. And I have to share this Ghostbusters 2 has one of the all-time great lines of any movie ever made. When Bill Murray says to the ghost who's living in the sewers of New York, if you had half a brain, you would be living the sweet life out in Southern California's beautiful San Fernando Valley. And with that, I will kick it to the Council President from the San Fernando Valley, Paul Krikorian.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, members. And so with that, on behalf of the entire City Council and the Mayor
Can't
of Los
believe it.
Angeles,
He got a frame.
I'd like to present this resolution
I
to you,
love ya.
Jason, and declare today to be Ghostbusters Day in the City of Los Angeles.
It's not gonna hurt you. It's just a bag.
Buster's stuff outside too. So if members, if you get a chance to go and visit, there's some stuff, good photo ops for you. All right.
Thank you so much. One more big
Look at
round
his
of
pants, look at his
applause
pants. Oh man! Oh, and he pulled them up.
for these organizations, and then we will move into
See him?
a
They're
presentation.
Hold on.
One more big round of applause.
Damn it! All right, hold on.
There's some stuff, good photo ops for you. All right.
Thank you so much. One more big
Bro, look at the pants. I mean, he's getting up now, but it's almost to his shins. Look at those pants. Look at these right here. I mean, it's like in the 50s, the way they used to wear their pants.
Big round of applause.
All right. Oh, look who's there. Fuda? What does Fuda mean? Anybody? Fuda? Is that a company? That's terrible. What do you want me to do? I just saw it. How could I not notice it? I was staring at Omi's shins like the whole fucking presentation. I don't know what, but it's not Futa, it's Fuda, F-U-D-A, not F-U-T-A, unless I've read that wrong. F-U-D-A, F-U, District Attorney? Is that what it stands for? Totally could. Something hateful? It's gotta be from him, right? Look at him right now, look at him. He's like a little kid, you know? Just gotta give him his Ritalin or whatever. Look at, oh my God, look at the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man back there. You see him? You see him? I know you saw him back there, walking out just now. Homeboy dressed as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That's what I'm talking about. Real dedication here. Was Gozer in here? And anyone dress up as Rick Moranis? I mean,
while the honorees are assembling, I want to recognize our elected treasurer for the state of California, Fiona Ma's with us. Welcome to Los Angeles City Council Chambers.
Some dorky name, I know.
Councilwoman Rodriguez.
No,
Thank you very
he might
much,
have been the
colleagues.
keymaster, but what was his
well,
name
today is a
in the
very
movie?
special day. Not just because it's the 40th anniversary of Ghostbusters that we're celebrating today. We're also celebrating the remarkable accomplishments and contributions of a very special friend, someone that is no stranger to any of us. Because for those of us in the Democratic circles in particular, and just as a community activist, or if you're in the work of serving the people of Los Angeles and you find yourself in a bit of a jam.
Tully. Thank you.
You always have to ask yourself, who are you going to call? Mark Gonzalez!
One of the spirits.
And so I have the very distinct pleasure of, I had to do it, guys. I had to, and I want to thank you for your cooperation. The Mark Gonzalez fan club is here in the house. And I want to thank the Honorable Fiona Ma for joining us here today. I mean, that tells you how important and special this presentation is today. But I've had the distinct privilege of calling Mark a friend for, I think, more than 20 years. And from his work in, from the Northeast Community Clinic, from his activism.
Frame or folder? Frame or folder? I'm saying frame.
Just being a good, accessible person that has always made himself available to help anybody when you needed something. That's why this fan club is here today. That's why we have someone flying down from Sacramento to be here today. It's because when people show up for you,
frame.
And that's not always something that happens.
More frames.
But when people show up for you, I think it is the most beautiful thing to see how many people are showing up for you, Mr. Gonzalez, today. And it's a testimony about how you've shown up for everybody when they needed you. So I think that, to me, better than being recognized by the Los Angeles City Council, speaks more volumes about who you are and why we love you. But let me tell you a little bit about Mark. Mark Gonzalez grew up here in LA as the son of a single mother in Section 8 housing. He's a graduate of Eagle Rock High School, where he was elected student body president and senior class president.
They call him Gonzo. Look, my girlfriend's back there.
Furthered his educational journey to become a proud graduate of California State University Northridge in, yes, I know, John Lee's district.
Great
but also a notable academic institution that not enough people give proper credit for. We have a number of esteemed alumni that have culminated from Cal State Northridge, and Mark Gonzalez is among them. Mark's political activism began early in his life, playing a significant role in the 2004 presidential campaign, the 2005 Los Angeles mayoral race, and the 2006 gubernatorial race, and of course the 2008 presidential campaign for President Barack Obama. At least they all know about each other. He went on to serve in a variety for elected offices, beginning with a stint with as senior field deputy to then Speaker John Perez,
She's thinking about
Field
me right now,
Representative to then Assembly Member Anthony Portantino, and the longest was his service as District Director to Assembly Member Miguel Santiago, where he led efforts to ensure that every student can pursue higher education by helping to pass California's groundbreaking free community college laws in 2017 and 2019, which is a remarkable accomplishment that I believe deserves the greatest round of applause. In addition, he's been a fighter for environmental justice, seeking to mitigate and fight back for Vernon and other communities that were poisoned by the toxic contamination at Exide Technologies, helping to deliver more affordable housing projects to the community and more. More recently, in 2022, he helped lead the fight to pass a constitutional amendment in California protecting a woman's right to safe, legal abortion care, and worked to pass a new law ensuring that all healthcare workers receive a minimum wage of $25 an hour.
He's got a nicer tie.
Mark is a longtime organizer and activist who has led change on some of the most powerful, forward-thinking policies in Los Angeles. And at the age of 33, began service as the chair of the LA County Democratic Party in 2017. He was and is the youngest and first Latino to chair the LACDP in that role that he has held for 7 years.
And I'm already fat enough, I look like a pumpkin.
As I mentioned, I first got the opportunity to know and work with Mark based on his service as and activism on the Northeast Community Clinics, where he sits on the board. He's on the board of directors for Vista Del Mar Child and Family Services, and has a leadership advisory member and former zoo commissioner for the city of Los Angeles.
Why would they always tell Potsy to sit on it?
But he has again shown up for so many of us
when
we needed it, and various times, whether as just in personal friendship, but as well as through his activism. And it's for that reason that when he chose to step down in his service, when there was a passing of the marks at the LA County Democratic Party, I reached out to him and said, I got to recognize you for everything that you did, because it was really, he took the reins of the Democratic Party during a very difficult time and wielded as a leader of the Democratic Party with such integrity, with such accessibility, and just been, as I said, someone that I think everyone walks away respecting. And it's for that reason that I asked for the privilege, and I'm joined today by my colleague, Councilmember Bob Blumenfield, to celebrate and recognize in the incredible contributions of a very good friend, Mark Gonzalez. And with that, I'd like to invite Mr. Blumenfield.
Thank you, Councilwoman Rodriguez. And Mark, it is so great to have you here today. He's done an amazing job with the county party. I mean, just even recently, when I was putting together the Democratic Municipal Officials event, he stepped up and was able to send out notes to make that a successful event. He's always been looking out for this party and looking out for the working people. So, Mark, you've been awesome. You're going to be awesome in Sacramento, and knock on wood, you know.
Sacramento.
You know, Councilwoman Rodriguez mentioned a lot of your amazing accomplishments, especially starting at such a young age. You know, I don't think you spent enough time talking about his time as zoo commissioner, because that really was the pivotal moment in his career. No, all the amazing things that he's done. I first got to know Mark. I think when you started working for Speaker Peretz, for John, that's actually when Fiona and Curran and I were all in the legislature together. We got to see Mark in action, and really, even then, we could tell this is somebody special. This is somebody who's making a difference. And your work with Miguel and who's also a friend and former colleague, has also been spectacular. The things that you've been able to accomplish, both as in your working capacity and then in your volunteer capacity for the party. Just making a difference up and down the state. And so I'm just thrilled that we're able to honor you for what you have done and what we know you will do for this state, but also, you know, never to forget your roots
let
here
'em know, Calamity.
in Los Angeles. Someone who, you know, as you mentioned, grew up here, lives in Chinatown, has
fired
been
over
a
10,000
big part of the
workers. Well, you
city,
can
and
thank,
we're going to
Governor
continue to
Newsom for
rely
that
on you
one. He was the
to
one that
help
pushed for the
this city
the,
get through all of our
the wage
challenges.
hike.
So, Mark, thank you so much for all you
Trust
do,
me, there's gonna be
all
a
you
lot
will
more than
do,
that as soon as
and
the robots start
congratulations
coming in.
for being honored today.
There's already robots in Pasadena making you hamburgers and pizza.
Thank you so much. All right,
McDonald's gonna do
before
You're crazy.
you go, Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes,
because
sir.
I want to make sure you
24
have an
hours a day,
opportunity
never
to get
come
back at
late,
everybody who
never hear
speaks.
their
I'm going to call on
problems from
members first,
They don't have,
starting with
other
Councilmember
than
Lee.
break, so you have to have a human come and fix them. Sooner
Well, how
or later, you have
convenient
a
it
robot
starts with
come and
me,
fix
Mark,
them.
that-
The robot.
And I hope I don't get you in trouble here by,
No
talking
raise
about the years
hikes,
of friendship that we've had
no
together.
vacations,
But I
none
think
of
the
that.
mark of anybody, any great leader, when you're in
No
this
maternal
arena that we're
leaves.
in, doesn't necessarily focus
None
on
of it.
some letter by someone's name, but you focus on things and how to get things done.
I guess I'm
Through
gonna
the
go
years
feed
of our
him
friendship, I
because
think that
he's
we realize
bothering me,
that what
and,
separates us,
that way I don't miss any good
in the
shit.
grand scheme of things,
Ready
is
to
this
eat?
much. And you and I have always tried to focus on the things that we do agree
All right.
on, which is the majority of those things. The majority of things of how to move, important things to move forward here in our city of Los Angeles. I know you love the city, and I appreciate all your dedication, to the Democratic Party. And I think along with, I'm assuming most of these people, can't wait to see you in what we hope will be in your new capacity up in Sacramento. And I just want to say thank you for the years of friendship. El Padrino, as you make me call you. No, I'm just kidding. That I appreciate the friendship. I appreciate your leadership, and I hope it's many, many more years that we get to work alongside one another. Thank you.
Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you so much, Council Members Rodriguez and Blumenfield, for bringing this today. I want to congratulate you, Mark, on your incredible service, your friendship, your partnership. It means a lot. I know that you took over a body, the biggest county party in the state, in the country, the most diverse probably in the country, at a very challenging time. I remember, I think I was on a Zoom that was your first meeting, and I just remember having such massive sympathy for you trying to herd the cats, as it were. And I just, you did it with grace, and I have no idea what was happening behind that really calm mien, but it's really been incredible how you've navigated that, and I'm really grateful for your service, your willingness to step into this new role. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future holds for you and continuing to work with you on all sorts of good things. So thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing this, colleagues, and it's just been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Park.
Thank you, Councilwoman Rodriguez and Councilmember Blumenfield, for bringing this presentation. And Mark, I just wanted to rise and acknowledge your years of service, not just at LACPD, but in so many other capacities as well. And one thing that just strikes me every time we sit down and talk is your capacity to manage and unify in so many ways what is just a big, noisy, diverse ideological spectrum. And I wanted to personally thank you for the friendship and the support, and I am so excited by everything I know you're going to accomplish next. So congratulations.
No, I didn't miss anything.
Councilmember McCosker.
All right.
Thank you very much, council members, for bringing Mark in. It's so great to see you here. Looking forward to working with you, Los Angeles and Sacramento in the future. I think back on the blessing that I had with so many of our mutual friends when we sat down and talked those many years ago before your run for county chair.
Man.
And
too funny.
And I've really just valued you as being so young and so smart and such an incredible capacity to do the work. Incredible capacity to do the work. There's not a single thing you would ask any Democrat anywhere in the country to do that you wouldn't do yourself.
Any Democrat,
whether
right?
it's walking, knocking, licking envelopes, like the old days. We don't do that anymore.
You guys like licking dick for sure.
You've done it all. And the best leaders are folks that have done every single step.
Fucking
and
plonker.
Earned every
That's
bit of
it.
the blood, sweat, and tears
You
that goes into this
plonker.
work. Looking forward to many, many, many years of watching your great career continue.
Fucking
Thank you,
twat.
Mark.
Councilwoman Padilla.
So I just want to second what all of my colleagues have already said. You've had a great career. We know you're an awesome leader. And I think we need to thank you, though, for being a great friend and for really helping us, at least for myself, maneuver the space of what is the Democratic Party, something that when I first got introduced to it, I had no idea, shocked by the different levels and minutia just to understand it and navigate it, but you always were able to bring it back to earth for us to understand it and get involved.
Were you
And I want
shocked
to
by
thank
the
you for that.
corruption?
And I wouldn't be okay with myself if I didn't end with, it's okay to cry. Yo sé que quiere llorar. Thank you. And I know you're going to be great.
Thank you. Councilmember
Democrats
Price.
definitely do a lot of crying.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to thank our colleagues for bringing
Oh, shit,
the honor
here's
lead
Grady
this morning.
again.
Mark, you really did an outstanding job. And you always appear to be so much wiser than your years. And so I think that's a testament to your being grounded and to your being able to pass that on to others. So again, we're just excited about your past achievements and excited to know that you're going to be doing even more and better up in Sacramento. You're no stranger there, and you're no stranger here. So congratulations and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Councilmember Soto Martinez.
Well, thank you so much, council members, for bringing in Mark today. I know we're developing our relationship and our friendship, but one thing that I'm never going to forget is seeing you show up time after time after time in two of the worlds that I have spent a lot of time, and that is in organized labor and in the immigrants' rights movement. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen you. I think you've been here to those actions more than many elected leaders, many other folks that are in those positions. And for that, I'm never going to forget you being there, especially in the times when number 45 was attacking our communities and we were protesting outside of the ICE detention centers. You were there. When we were getting arrested, you were there. And so that is a true test of your character. And I know that you're going to carry that sort of that energy, esas ganas, wherever you go. But we're wishing you good luck, and maybe we'll see you in Sacramento pretty soon. Thank you.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Oh, they just brought a bunch of kids.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you so much, colleagues, for bringing in Mark. Mark, thank you for all the work and the decades of time and labor that you've dedicated to the city and county and to this party. Excited to see you here, excited to see you recognized, and excited to see where you're going. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And before I kick back, everything has been said by all of our colleagues, and that's a testament to your work, Mark, that everybody had something to say. I'll just add the last little cherry on top. You'll use this in Sacramento, and you will be as great there as you've been here. No one's better at saying, it's not going to happen for you, bro, than Mark Gonzalez.
I remember that day.
I really appreciate the way you've welcomed me and so many others into the Democratic Party and into party politics in Southern California with such warmth and the willingness and desire to shed light and bring people along. So thank you for all that you have done and all that you will do.
All right.
There's my
Well, that was
girl
fun.
from the other girl is in the house.
Well, good
I
morning,
got both
everybody.
of them. About to have a threesome today.
A lot of great, amazing things have been said by each and every single one of you, but all of you have been in the struggle for the fight, for the
Confirmed.
good
Look
of
right
Los
there.
Angeles. And so just want to start off this morning. It's following Ghostbuster Day and all of the good stuff that is going on here today, which is symbolic of what this job has been. But thank you all for your leadership, your love, and your support of this great city of Angels. The work you do every day for people you might not ever meet. The impact you have giving great hope to Los Angeles and leading not to make headlines, but to make a difference. And that's what each and every single one of you and the council members, all of you who spoke today have done for myself.
Bro's
Of course,
wearing
I have
so
to
much
thank the
makeup, it's not
foundation
funny.
of this building,
Look at his face.
the Horseshoe and the district offices, the staff,
Dude's wearing
the
like
people who
cover-up,
clean
like
this
a woman
building, who
wears.
keep it safe on all levels. To the staff for all you do every day, and always remembering as you have these hills and valleys or some gentle rolling hills of your day and the job, know that some people take a job because they want to be somebody, others take a job because they want to make a difference, and you have all done that.
He almost looks
and
like.
that's for the staff.
Do you remember Escape from
I also want to
LA?
thank my colleagues, my friends, my
When
family,
Snake Plissken
Democratic
got-
leaders for being here today,
got caught
and for
and he was
being
in
my own
by the
foundation of
doctor
support.
that was,
Of course, I want to
you know,
recognize
basically
our
cutting
California
everybody
State
up,
Treasurer,
and you
Fiona
go in the
Ma, for
room,
being
all
here as
these
well.
weird eyebrows and
Thank
all
you
this
to
shit.
Councilmember Monica Rodriguez
like
for
one of
this
them.
honor. You, my friend, are a fierce warrior, a strong Latina, a hero to so many. You have provided many folks, and some who are not in this room today, but you've provided limitless possibilities where you can and you will if you believe that you can. You have not only limited your passion and drive to Los Angeles, but you have helped us use your voice and organizing skills to get Democrats elected nationally. Your patience, your wisdom, and genuine commitment to helping others to succeed. Councilmember Blumenfield, your leadership and legacy serving our state and our city, leading Democratic municipal officials, being the Democratic voice in local politics, and the local voice for Democratic politics. I am deeply honored to accept this recognition for my tenure leading the largest Democratic Central Committee in the nation. Yep, we can do that. This recognition is a testament to our collective dedication and unwavering commitment to the values of equality, justice, and opportunity for all. It reflects the hard work of countless individuals who believe in the power of democracy and the importance of progressive change. Together, we have made significant strides, and I'm inspired to continue this journey alongside such passionate and devoted members. This is an incredible honor, and I cannot thank you all enough for your trust and for your support. And as it was said in the bio, and growing up in Northeast Los Angeles and now a constituent of CD1, I would not be here if it wasn't for my mom, single-parent Catholic family household, who both played mother and father in a very hard role. Having 5 boys and 3 passing away in my lifetime has really shaped who I am and the values that I go into, not just being party chair, but as a person every day and being a good person to other people. Right here in this building is the epicenter where the labor movement, which we know is the backbone of the Democratic Party, where we've all played a role to legislate to support business and labor coming together for fair working wages and dignity at the workplace. Accepting this honor reminds me that our collective work we have all done and will continue to do reminds me, as the Honorable Hakeem Joffreys has said, the D in Democrat stands for deliver. Together, yes.
I always thought
together we have experienced and accomplished so much. I know I will continue to walk the path that I have dedicated myself on behalf of the people. I want to again thank you all for being here, for your service, for your sacrifice, for your friendship, and more importantly, for your support. Thank you for your continued dedication to our party and the work that we do on behalf of the 3.1 million Democrats across LA County. I want to close by recognizing that as Democrats and as Angelinos, it is often recognized that the winds of democracy blow from west to the east. And Los Angeles is truly a city on a hill that many look to for inspiration. As Los Angeles goes, so goes the nation. From the bottom of my blue Democratic heart, thank you for the opportunity to serve as your chair. It's been an honor of a lifetime. Si se puede. Thank you.
Now, for anyone that knows Mark, I want to first acknowledge really quickly that those remarks weren't written on his hand. And I was impressed by that. And I also want to give proper recognition for the generations that he's influenced by his mentorship.
Look,
and I'm staring at one right now who's actually, I mean, there's been countless young staff members that have benefited by his generous example and mentorship. That so many of you are all here today. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in commemorating and recognizing one of the true trailblazers of LA County Democratic politics, our very dear friend, Mark Gonzalez.
And by the way, Terry, Stacy Cigar Bollinger, she was pretty impressed that some of you had got it. I said, yeah, stumped most people, but Terry got it.
Let's do this side. Here you go. This side.
Hey, but I got one like a few weeks ago. I remember I got one.
Thank you, guys. Let's go.
Is that Stacy right there holding the sign up? Says stop the genocide? No, somebody else. All right, everybody.
All right. Now we have a special introduction brought to us by Council District 1.
Is this hold on, wait. So we had the Ghostbusters.
Thank you, Council President.
We had this
I'll wait,
dude.
Just a second so folks get settled.
We had what was the other one? Am I tripping, or is there was 3, right? There's been 3 so far. This will be 4. Which one am I missing?
Come on up so we can get you on television.
Yes, you're on YouTube
Oh, the
live
Nigerian
right now.
people. Thank you. Those 3. So this is number 4. I mean, you know, this is what they do. And they only want to have
While
5
we wait
minutes
for
of the
folks to
people
get
talking.
settled, just want to share.
Because we wasted a fucking hour giving
have
out
about
free
54
shit.
schools
Now
in
we're giving
CD1,
free shit out to these kids
from
too.
elementary
and
all the way to high school.
Shit, yeah. Let's get it
We are
going.
very lucky to be able to
Let's
be
get them
joined
in.
by one
Let's get them out of
today.
here quickly because Spindler and Erman are here.
And just so y'all know, when you see yourselves up there, you're live on TV on channel 35 and on YouTube, so you can look yourselves up.
And on Smoke and Scam. Why didn't she say that?
I'd like to welcome to council chambers middle school students from Castelar School in Chinatown and their principal, Amy Liu. They've recently had an assembly learning about city council and are excited to see its functionings in person. Please, a big round of applause for these young people joining us today in their local government. I know that y'all are doing a tour, that you've had some training on policies and how to develop policies. We hope that you all will be the next people to fill up these seats. This seat right here represents Chinatown and CD1, but also Lincoln Heights, Glassell Park, Cypress Park, MacArthur Park, Pico, Union, Westlake, and many more. So just know that this is your house. When you buy something at the grocery store, when your parents pay their rent, their mortgage, they're paying taxes that then funds the city budget. And so y'all are taxpayers, and I hope you stay engaged so you can decide, you know, how the budget is broken up and how your city moves in response to your needs. So thanks for coming in, and thank you, Council President, for letting me uplift these students from all over CD1. And thank you to my colleague Ben for organizing this and bringing you know, such a large number of young people from CD1 to our chambers. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and welcome to your Los Angeles City Hall. You're always welcome here. All right, we will now, members, move to the public comment section of our meeting. Please note today's meeting includes a call-in option for public comment. Public comment will be taken both in person in the council chamber and also via teleconference. Mr. Clerk, would you please read out the call-in information that was also provided on the agenda?
As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press *9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press *6 to unmute.
To people providing public comment, when it's your turn to speak, either at the podium or on the phone, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment.
Hey, his
We
hair
will
looks
tell you when
better,
your time
though.
is up. When speaking on the agenda
I
items,
like the little
you must
wave.
be on
He's got
topic.
like a wave.
Our goal is to
barrel
get through as many
for a
speakers as we
surfer
can.
in the very front.
If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic,
you know how they do a
you will get
cartoon
one
baby
brief
where the
warning
baby's
from me
bald
or
and
the
it's
council
just one
president.
little curl up
At
top?
that point, you need to get immediately
first
and
curl of
clearly
hair.
on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment
gonna learn about
are
baby
items
batter
4
today's show.
through 7. Again, the items that are
Courtesy of
open for
Jason.
public comment are items 4 through 7 on today's agenda.
I think
Members
he
of the
looks
public
rough.
may
I don't think he
also
looks
speak
that
for
bad.
up
I
to
think
1
he
minute
just
for
cut it.
general public comment.
Looks slimmer.
During general public comment, members of the public may
It's just
speak
that
to
front
any of
part.
the other items or
It's like
anything
me, it's
else
starting
in the
to go
city's
bald
subject
in
matter jurisdiction. For members of the public calling in,
can't have
when it
hair
is your turn
forever.
to speak, an automated message from Zoom will prompt you to press *6 to unmute yourself. If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once more. At that point, you need to immediately unmute yourself, or unfortunately, you will forfeit your time and we will have to move on to the next caller. Finally,
Yes,
because
we'll be
of a
live
brief
tonight.
time delay between the live
Right.
meeting and the broadcast, two things are
8
important.
p.m. Pacific time.
First, while waiting for your turn to speak,
For our normal
please
Friday
keep an ear
night.
to the phone so you know in real
I don't know if
time
we'll
when
get
it is
any
your
chases,
turn to
though.
press
It's-
*6
seems
to
kinda
unmute.
socked in, pretty hazy
Second,
today.
if you're listening to this meeting on another
unfortunate.
device, please turn down the volume on that device immediately
gonna be
when it
good
is your
for
turn to
us.
speak. Between
least
the
for the
feedback
helicopters
and the
are
time
concerned,
delay,
you
it
know.
will cause a great deal of confusion if you continue to listen on your other devices. Thank you.
All right, so now we'll begin public comment. When you hear your name called, please line up in the aisle. You can speak in any order once your name is called. You need to say your name that you signed up under, what items you intend to speak on, and your time will begin.
I'll show you what I mean really
I
quickly.
believe most of these folks have left the chambers, but I'll call the names. Leon Henke,
Manuel Josian, Molly Smith, Herman, Candido, Cynthia Anderson.
Look at that. Look how hazy it is.
Frida Guy.
See? Can barely see a mile out. From that camera, you can not see 2 miles out.
Helen Sklar.
Yeah.
Javier Moro. Jeffrey Cooper.
Pretty hazy. That's not a good thing for us. Yeah.
Good morning. If you can please remind us of the name
Not
you
for
signed up
chases
under and the
anyway.
items you'd like to speak to.
My name is Leone Hankey, and I'm speaking for general public comment
Mr. Hankey's
and in
mom?
relationship to Council File 240656,
Okay,
the
you have
ceasefire
1 minute.
resolution. I'm a member of the California Faculty Association in Los Angeles, which is also SEIU Local 1983.
Thank you,
And
Talvish.
we
Happy Friday.
we call for a ceasefire, a genuine ceasefire, not just a token one, a ceasefire that can save hundreds of thousands of lives. And we support our brave students camping out in front of the gym at Cal State LA. I ask all of the council members to stand with the majority of Democrats in this country who support a ceasefire, with the majority of Los Angeles citizens and residents, and with many city councils from Santa Monica to Pasadena to Alhambra to Downey. And
Another liberal loon. She can't even read her own shit.
your collective voice can reach farther than ours. And so we need you
Speaker,
to
your
do
time
the
has
right
expired.
thing.
Yes, her last name is Hanky, but you
Speaker,
can call her
your time has
Snot
expired.
Rag.
We have to move on to the next speaker.
Do you think everybody called her Snot Rag in school? Stop calling me that. My name is Hanky. Okay, Snot Rag.
Good morning. If you can please remind us of the name you signed up
Fucking
under and the
snot
items
rag.
you'd like to speak to.
Nina Mankus, general comments.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
My name is Nina Mankus. I'm a short-term rental host in District 4. I'm here to request that the city stop torturing us. I pay, and my fellow hosts pay, vast amounts of tax to the city every month in the form of TOT tax, which is on top of the tax we already pay to state and federal governments. Plus, we pay an additional $1,000 a year for the right to share our homes, which we are doing not for fun, but in order to survive in a brutal economy. On top of
For the
all of that
person
money,
you
we're faced
voted
with a
for.
poorly functioning and often fully non-functioning system of registration renewals due to errors on the side of the city. When these errors cause a delay in the permit issuance to law-abiding compliant hosts who are paying thousands of dollars in tax, these errors cause catastrophic financial losses, and now they want to add a police permit which will cost an additional $800 a year. Please get rid of it. It's atrocious.
Oh, the little liberal Democrats crying. Joe Biden didn't do good enough for her. And now she's hurting.
Hi
Wah.
there. General
You
comment.
voted for him.
You have 1 minute.
You got it.
Heather Carson, co-founder Hala. Mr. Krikorian, you've given no reason as to why you think police permits are needed for STRs or what exactly they will accomplish. It was clearly some sort of political move meant to appease
Oh,
Unite
yeah, she will,
Here.
straight peeps.
Why did you sneak an STR requirement into a hotel ordinance and at the last minute? It's a backdoor way of trying to amend the HSO, which you know is bad governance, and you're better than that. I trust the Planning Committee will recognize this. You tasked the police department with carrying this out, and their own investigative division said it would strain resources significantly, have limited effectiveness,
The man,
be
not the
costly to the
policy,
city,
SP.
and largely duplicate the current tasks performed by planning. We ask the council
Josh?
to consider this when it comes back to you. Thank you.
Yes, Jonathan, they're going to be mostly liberal loons. This whole group of people that are in charge, every last one of them is a Democrat. There is no Republican
If you could
sitting
please
there.
remind us of the
Not
name you
one.
signed up
Maybe
under
one in
and
the
the items
crowd
you'd
that,
like to speak to.
like this cop.
Good
he might
morning.
be one. I don't know.
My name is Molly, and I'm speaking to General.
News
Public
Molly.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Okay. Hi, council members. Thank you so much for all the work that you guys do. I see how hard you guys are working. My name's Molly. I'm a member of Democratic Socialists of America and an employee of the UC system and a Jew born and raised in LA. DSA is part of a grassroots coalition of more than 40 labor, interfaith, and community organizations calling upon the LA City Council to pass the ceasefire resolution introduced by council members Hernandez and Rahman. As a Jewish Angelino, I have joined the voices of many others in my Jewish community calling for a ceasefire in Gaza for months. We must join other cities who have passed resolutions demanding a permanent ceasefire in Gaza and urge our country to stop funding the Israeli military operations and join the rest of the world in addressing the human rights atrocities taking place in Palestine. Council members, thank you, and I look forward to seeing your continued work on agendizing and passing the ceasefire resolution.
Yeah, we're going to get right on that for you, buddy. And just to let you know, cry me a river to the sea.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Hello, my name is Javier Moro. I'm here to talk on general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Cool. Hi, everyone. I'm a member of the Democratic Socialists of America, Los Angeles. DSA is a part of a grassroots coalition of more than 40 labor, interfaith, and community organizations calling upon the LA City Council to pass a resolution in support of the immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza, the flow of humanitarian aid into the region, and release of all Israeli hostages and Palestinian detainees. It is not okay that my friends and I were brutally beaten at the UCLA encampment the night of the Zayo attack on April 30th while the police let the beatdown happen. I was tear gassed, students' skulls were bashed in, and the girls' fingers were shattered because of police negligence. If you guys pass a ceasefire resolution, nights like that will never happen again. I urge you to pass a ceasefire resolution immediately because students and the working class in LA will not stop or rest until Palestine is free. Students and the working class will continue to be brutalized in your districts until you guys pass a resolution that will end the genocide. Our safety is in your hands. We will not stop, we will not rest until Palestine is free. Please agendize this item. Thank you.
Cry me a river to the sea.
Next speaker,
please.
Hello, is that Herman taking his time?
Okay, if the next speaker's not ready, can someone...
Ms. Anderson
from behind him
Barker, do you
please
want to come up and speak since they can't figure
no.
out
Where is he?
who's speaking next?
Why does he have a briefcase? What's going on here? There's two of them.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
早上好，你能不能告诉我们你想要说的东西是什么，还有你想说的事情是什么？
My name is Vladimir. Please don't yell into the microphone. We do have interpreters, and they are wearing headphones. So when you do that, it blasts into their ears. Which items would you like to speak to?
I will speak on general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
对这
Please
个
begin.
日常的这个事情进行一番这个评论。
So I'm about to explain how to fix the entire city.
我需要解释一下如何能拯救整个城市。
So open up your ears and listen.
你最好听好了。
First thing, we're gonna get all women off the road.
必须把所有女人从街上拿走。
And that is going to decrease the traffic by 50%.
这样的话，堵车会减少50%。
Next thing,
下一个事情，
everybody is going to start getting their hormones checked
每个人都需要把自己的荷尔蒙检查一下，
through Transcend,
必须要进一步的。
which is actually the sponsor of today's video.
是今天是我们 sponsor 的我视频的 sponsor。
And we're going to get all these nasty hobos off the street.
我们要把所有的流浪汉从街上除去。
Because I'm tired of beating their ass every time I come across
Speaker,
them.
your time has expired. Next speaker.
What was the...
That's your time.
Speaker, you need to vacate the podium so we can move on to the next speaker.
What was the suitcase for? Just wondering.
Speaker, you are now disrupting this meeting because we cannot continue with public comment. So this is your first and only warning. Please vacate the speaker so that we can move on to the next public speaker.
Yeah, no, I've never seen them before. Oh, my girlfriend's here. Shit, yeah.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
My son died in 1992.
He was doing better in school. His grades had come up. But you know they won't give me his report card? Why? Because I would go to the Los Angeles High School and talk to the teacher that I met at the last parent-teacher conference, who told me, I have not one complaint against your son. I'm like, my son was the pop-up kid that always got up and walked around. No, he has not one complaint. My kid was doing that well. Okay. By the way, Stella Theodulou, she was at 92 when I was there at CSUN, and I told her, you're the most radical teacher around. And she looked positively green. Yeah, she did not like that. But by the way, she's missing, as many other people are missing right now. I don't see her picture up there. 6 months ago, I sent her a letter, but she's not. Her picture's not up there. So it's possible she's missing.
Speaker, oh, thank you.
While the next speaker is coming up, I'll call some more names. Naleli Gomez, Naresh Bhakta, Sean Wakasa, Senator Zavala.
The crazy ones are always good in bed, though, fellas.
Susan Thompson, Taya Moeller, United DG.
Oh,
good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Thank you. My name is Helen Sklar. I would like to address a ceasefire resolution.
So you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you.
Please begin.
Thank you. I am a Jewish American. I am a retired attorney, and before that, I was a social worker. We understand that the ceasefire resolution that was introduced to the council has been referred to the Rules Committee.
No, ma'am.
We would hope that Council Member and President Krikorian will schedule a hearing so we may appear for public comment as soon as possible. The last several weeks in Gaza have been amongst the most deadly in the war to date. Yesterday, I should say, it was announced that by the middle of July, if the hostilities do not cease, 1 million people in Gaza will face death by starvation.
They should have thought about that before they fucked up.
Right now, the devastation in Gaza is so complete, a fully accurate death toll is impossible.
Speaker, your
You
time.
can put all that on Hamas, lady. You know, the group that you started everything that you're talking about, and you have no guts to talk about. So.
Good morning. If you could please remind
Like
us
they
of the
say,
name you
God
signed up
willing.
under and the items you'd like to speak to.
General public comment. My name's Cynthia Anderson Barker.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public
Thank you
comment.
so much. So Cynthia Anderson Barker, a member of the National Lawyers Guild and Justice for Palestine, and a coalition of 40 organizations
Who voted for
that
them,
have been
though, Michael?
working diligently to
Who put
get
them
the
in
city
power?
council to respond to our request for a ceasefire. So again, we're looking at Paul Krikorian, the chair of the Rules Committee, and we're asking you, please agendize this before you all go on your summer recess. We cannot wait any longer. I'm just going to read a few words of a Palestinian who lives in Gaza. He's getting his PhD at Rhodes University, and there he is with his family. I'm still in the north with my family.
There's
We
Mr.
are in a
Herman.
great famine. My injured son's health is
He's up there.
deteriorating because of the famine. There's no milk, meat, vegetables, fruit, or anything to feed him. He lost most of his weight. Medicine is not here. It's gone from the market, and all the markets. And my mother's diabetes medicine is gone. Are you going to do something?
Speaker, your time has expired.
Or are we going to keep protesting? Thank you.
Well, we can send them bacon. Hoffy Bacon, if you're watching. Hoffy, the company.
Good
Let's
morning. If you
send
could
them
please
some
remind
packs
us of the
bacon.
name that you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Yeah, my name is Jeffrey Cooper. I'm a Jewish member of Justice for Palestine LA. I have lived and worked with Palestinians in Gaza for 4 years.
You have 1 minute, and feel free to move the mic up if it's easier for you.
Okay. Stop now the unrestrained cycles of violence, killing, and massive physical destruction before it's too late. A traumatized people are committing genocide and creating another traumatized people. We can stop this because our local actions can help pressure Israel to
shot
stop
first?
the killing. Enough is enough. If we don't stop now, these massacres of innocent Palestinians will continue and can become a regional or even a world war. Thus, our actions now, through our actions now, we can begin to build a future with peace and justice for all peoples. We appeal to your humanity to save the lives of innocent Palestinian children, infants, and pregnant mothers who are daily being annihilated, obliterated, eradicated. Stop the unrestrained, excessive bloodshed now. Jewish Israeli soldiers are also being killed, maimed, and traumatized for the rest of their lives, taking their experiences of killing fellow humans back home with them, and some will unconsciously act out their traumas on their own people. Is this what we want? Thank you very much.
It's funny, for the last 2 months at least, we've heard this topic. We've heard, I'd say, at least 100 people that have spoke for Palestine, and yet not one of them uttered the word Hamas.
Which items would you like to speak
not
to?
once.
Good morning,
I've
sir. I'd like to
never
start with
heard
public
it, not
comment,
one
but I'm
time.
going to start with 4, 5,
The great panderer,
and
everybody.
6, which have to do with deal with financing.
So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Point of information.
The items.
Yes, that has to deal with funding, correct? Correct. Okay. Well,
Bonsai.
today
Sorry,
I'm dressed
bonsai.
up in my CFO outfit. I'm applying for the job that I think you folks are trying to create. You know, on Tuesday, as I watched this council, I was a little bit embarrassed. It was like, wait a minute. Doesn't the mayor and the city council know that they're the CFOs of this city? Don't they know
So,
that they
Speaker,
utilize...
this is not on the agenda. You
We're
can't
doing
speak to
funding,
during
sir.
general.
We're doing funding,
yes,
sir.
but there are very
4,
specific
5,
descriptions
and
for
do
those
they not
items.
have to
So,
deal with this council, sir?
respectfully, Mr. Candido,
Yes.
you're welcome to continue this during general public comment, but if you'd like to speak to 4, 5, and 6, please speak to 4, 5, and
4,
6.
5, and 6. I agree with them, but I feel that this council isn't doing enough to make sure that we get enough funds in this city. You know, we have the second biggest underground economy in this city. That's right. All the vendors, all this money that is made in this city, that they pay no taxes, nothing. And listen, I respect vendors and I appreciate them, but where's that money going to? It's going to other countries. It's helping family members. But in this city, we have one of the largest underground economies that nothing goes to this city to help maintain it. Now, I go to public comment, sir. Public comment.
Yes, you have 1 minute.
You know, I have a solution for the war between Israel and Hamas. You know what? Why don't we just ask Hamas to separate themselves from the Palestinian people? They have sacrificed the Palestinian people. These cowards go into where the Palestinian people live and they surround themselves. Yeah, I'd like to see this war end, but it is Hamas who started this. It is Hamas who goes into the Palestinian areas and they surround themselves with children. They surround themselves with old people, and yet you sit here and you blame Israel and you blame the rest of it. I think the war should stop. It should stop. But why don't we blame the real people? There you go. You flap your little things
Speaker, I'm
there.
going to ask you to address this body.
Yes,
not the
sir, I
members of the public.
apologize. But again, you know, here we go all the time. Let's blame Israel when it's Hamas who started the battle. Once you kick up some dust, Mr. President, you better be ready to, take it on. Thank you, and I appreciate the time.
As
There
the
you go.
next
There's somebody who
speaker's
did it,
walking up,
but he
I'm
wasn't
gonna
really
call more
speaking
names.
in
Joe Public,
for Palestine,
Anna Kim
right? He was
Brown,
speaking for both sides,
Cecilia
really,
Alvarado,
right?
Danielle
Let's see if this guy mentions
Eddie
Hamas
Diaz,
even one time.
Henry DiCarlo, J. Richard Charles.
And it looks like
Janet
may be on the
Alvarez.
phone and not here, guys. So
Speaker,
let's
before
just
you
set
begin,
the under over
Mr.
at
Candido, I'm gonna ask that
22.
you please don't disrupt this meeting. I can hear you, whatever you're saying to the audience. So this is your first and only warning. Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Good morning. My name is Sean Wakasa, and I'd like to speak to general comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
I'm a member of the United Auto Workers, and I've been a constituent of LA City District 14 for over 16 years. I'm here to ask you to support for the ceasefire resolution, Council File 240656, and to agendize it in committee. Over the past 8 months, tens of thousands have taken to the streets of LA to demand an end to the genocide and occupation in Palestine. It is long overdue that the city of LA call for an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza. Amid massive budget cuts to LA Unified School District, working families are watching billions of dollars being allocated to arm Israel and to fuel the genocide. It's clear that this genocide is tied to the material conditions of our daily lives here in LA, and a ceasefire is a step towards investing in the people of our city. Council members, our coalition looks forward to speaking with you about the importance of passing the ceasefire resolution. Thank you.
Good morning, council members. My name is Suzanne Thompson. I am a member of the Justice for Palestine Committee, and I'm also a Peace and Freedom Party member, and I am chair of the Venice Arts Council. And I'm here to thank Council Member Hernandez, Rahman, and Soto Martinez for presenting this very important peace initiative that the President of the United States has also called for. And this is what it's all about, is to stop the killing. You've heard some of the statistics. What are you going to tell your children? What are you going to tell your grandchildren? What did you do? You didn't agendize this, President Corian? We need this agendized on your Rules Committee so that we can address this and get it back for a vote here. We passed a resolution in the city of Santa Monica. It is possible to do this. Funding has been cut. Councilmember Parks, on the Venice Beach, money from Cultural Affairs is not coming down like it should be. I'd like to know what's happening on Venice Beach. I've talked to your deputy, but he's not calling me back. Is there a plan for retaking of the art on Venice?
Next speaker.
While the next speaker's coming up, I'm going to call more names. Zoe Wells, Yohara Reyes, Vladimir, Rebecca Adams, Ray Peto, Ray Patel, Raquel Vaca.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Which items?
General Public Comment Council.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Please begin.
For the past 3 months, I've been dealing with the Office of Disability and City Clerk's office, and they've been wonderful towards me. I'm visually impaired. I've shown my credentials for that, so there's nothing where I'm trying to take advantage. I've asked for some of the agendas to be done in Braille, and it appears some of the council members and the staff here have been not very respectful. So what I did, it's called the Declaratory Relief Action. Council, you could explain it to everybody, and also a writ of mandate, where I filed a claim of damages. I'm just basically going to give 10 more days, and then you're going to have to provide stuff to me in Braille. I'm tired of begging. I'm tired of paying for it. I'm tired of them trying to ask certain council members to do stuff, and they're just getting nothing. I can't blame them for trying, but trust me, I could be the biggest dickhead in the world when I get into court. I'm very good at discovery. Thank you, Counselor.
Next speaker.
Oh, wow, bro. Venom, you crying? You need a tissue?
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
I have a general comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Danielle Adams. I don't have a speech prepared, but I do have a story. Not too long ago, a few years ago, my daughter and I moved here to California to pursue a better life, pursue our dreams. Unfortunately, we ran into some hard times. And in a result of those hard times, I looked to the city, I looked to the state for assistance, and unfortunately, we found none. It is under my understanding that there are several programs here in LA that are helpful and should be helpful. However, when we came across these programs,
good to see that extra count, Ruckus.
They gave us pamphlets and sent us on our way. And so I'm here today to implement a new program, a nonprofit that I've discovered by the grace of God, to help the people of LA and to also help, the families of LA. My uncle is the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, and the things that he is doing over there for the foreigners and for the people of New York, I'd like to do here in LA. Thank you.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
My name is Marion Gordon, and I want to talk about Resolution 240656.
So you have 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Okay, please think about this. The Israeli government has killed over 40,000 people already, mostly women and children, not soldiers. How in the world can we not ask for an immediate ceasefire? There is no excuse for such mass murder. I am a 79-year-old Jewish woman who was not raised as a Zionist. Many Jewish people have opposed Zionism since the ideology was developed. I was raised to see parallels between anti-Semitism and other struggles for liberation. What is happening to the Palestinians now is similar to what happened under apartheid in South Africa. Just as relevant, it is like the civil rights movement in the 60s, when Martin Luther King was called an agitator, an outside agitator, a communist, thrown in jail for civil disobedience. Today, activists and students, including...
Speaker, your time has expired.
You notice this so-called American never once uttered the words about the 6 American hostages that are still missing.
Please remind us of the name you signed up under and the
I
items
get
you'd
it.
like
She
to
hates
speak to.
Israel. I get it.
Good morning.
All
Rick
right.
Patel with the
It's her
Northeast Los
opinion.
Angeles
She's
Hotel Owners
willing to have that.
Association.
It's good to
Thank
have
you,
that.
Council President
But what about the
Krikorian
Americans?
for
She says she's
sending
American.
Agenda 8, the hotel police permit requirement, to the committee to get looked at. And look forward to working with those on the planning committee.
So you got the
to
Palestinian
share with
starter
you,
kit outside.
The ownerships of most of your hotels in Los Angeles are owned by small families that have dove their entire life savings into those hotels. And to have the special interests weaponize our police department in a permitting process is unacceptable. And we look forward to sharing with you some of our past experiences when ordinances are weaponized.
I hate
by,
people.
specific
You're,
groups
you're
and
mistaking
special
it, Mike.
interest groups and
I
their
hate people that
outcomes.
don't denounce Hamas. I don't give a fuck if you're American, like that woman is, and
Well, the next
Jewish,
speakers
like
up, I'm
she
gonna call
is,
the rest of the names that signed up.
or
Jesse
Palestinian.
Keenan, Jorge Cervantes,
Because you
Cara
know,
Bartlett, Catherine
if you can't
McLean,
utter
Lou
it or talk
Zavala,
about it, you
Natalie
know
Martinez,
your side is
Megan Gordon, Mark
bullshit.
Davis, and
Your
Nina
argument's bullshit. I might as well not even waste my
Good
breath
morning.
to talk
If
to
you could
you.
please remind us of the name you signed up under and the
Okay?
items you'd like to speak
You're
to.
acting like this is all just
Good morning,
one-sided
Mark
shit.
Davis, with
Not
Hilton
you, but
Universal
I'm
and
saying
City
them for
Here
not
to speak on general comments,
saying anything about
originally
Hamas.
on
Okay? They're
item
quick to
number
point
8.
out one side, but not the other. So I'm
Thank you,
calling
Council,
out the
for hearing us
bullshit,
this
Mike.
morning. I want to cherish your excellence in
And
deferring
again,
this item.
you
so that we
smacked
have
the
time
bull.
to talk.
The bull now
Your
goring you,
excellence in
and
governing
you're
comes
saying
with
it's unfair.
understanding
Well,
all
you
sides,
should have thought about that
understanding the
before you
impact.
jumped in the ring and
This item
smacked
was
the bull.
introduced in December, and yet 6 months later, we still have no system to actually govern.
You
the
feel bad
process.
for somebody that gets
Yet-
gored by a
and yet
bull?
There's no funding as well. The
I don't.
LAPD,
They were fucking with the bull. When you
unfu-
fuck with the bull, you get the
staff
horns.
and no money, and will not be able to sustain this
how that
without a
works.
system. So I implore you to get a system during this deferred process and listen to us, help you understand the impact.
And
Thank
that's
you.
just it.
So
That's
we're
it.
closed public comment at this time. So if your name has been called, we'll hear your speakers, but the portal to sign
Yeah,
up
he
is
might be
closed.
calling in,
Good
Joshua.
morning. If you could please remind us of the
But,
name you signed up under and the
I
items
don't
you'd
see
like
him
to
in
speak
there.
to.
Good morning. My name is
He would have
Cara
already been
Bartelt.
on.
I'm here
Dude, look at the
as a
dress.
general comment,
Look at the
originating from
dress on the
Okay,
pink
so
hoodie
you
guy.
have 1
He's
minute.
wearing
Please
a
begin.
nightgown.
Hi, good morning.
He's
Thank you
wearing a
very much for
nightgown.
the opportunity. My name is Cara Bartelt, and I'm general manager of the
Nobody
Hoxton
noticed?
Hotel. We've been a part of downtown in the hospitality industry for 5 years, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of it. I'm here as a mother. I'm here with my daughter here today. We represent the families that make our hotels
Hysterical.
safe and our guests and our coworkers in this very tough environment. But tourism, as you know, is down in the city of Los Angeles, and the city council knows this because of the TOT
He's
is
trolling
down
them with that.
considerably and has contributed
Trust me, he's
to a large
not-
shortfall in the city's
You'll
budget.
see in a moment.
But we are struggling. All of our
He's
team
trolling
members
them.
are struggling in this
You'll
industry.
hear it.
Our bookings are down. And the program, the police permit program,
That's not a
is
wedding
very
dress. It
cumbersome.
looks like a
And it would be
nightgown.
difficult to use
Ladies,
in an
what is that?
already overburdened and struggling
Wedding dress, nightgown.
industry.
What do you guys say? Ladies,
So we will lose money
chime
in
in.
this process, and we ask you to help figure this out. We appreciate the time that we've been given. If the city wants a good program, the one that will work to hold bad actors accountable, thank you very much.
Oh, a lot of commies. They love me.
Next speaker.
I live rent-free in their head. Prom is over. It's a nightie. Oh, my other girlfriend. Here
Good
we go.
morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General public comments.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Please begin.
It should be noted that today there are AIs working in banks as vice presidents. We need to know the names of the owners and how much a percent of the AI do they own, 80%, 90%, and need their telephone numbers. We also need to know the telephone numbers of the programmers and how much a percent, how often do they program the AI, and how much of the money of the AI do they get? Some general public don't know that AIs are working in their stead. It should be noted that also that AIs do excellent work. That should be noted. They do excellent work.
She's awesome. I love her. Bless her heart, though. She's a sweet lady. No, that's not Robot Dogs, though.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
She's awesome, Maddie.
Thank you, members of the council.
I
My
love
name
her.
is Rebecca Adams, and I've come to speak to agenda item 8.
So
I can't.
You have 1 minute for general public comment. Item 8 is actually referred to committee, but you can speak to it during general.
All right, I'm just going to speak to it in general then. I am both a guest and a host with Airbnb. I'm limited to 120 nights a year, and because of my location and the size of my room, my profit is very, very small. The added burden of the $800 a year for a police permit would put my ability out of business. I think that if the police need to know that I have an Airbnb room, I have no problem with that. But burdensome regulation on top and more fees on top of the almost $200 a year now I have to pay for the right to be an Airbnb host to the state, to the city, is becoming excessive and will reduce the availability and also the opportunity for families to come and visit. Where I'm located, I'm about it for some people, and I'd hate to see that go away. Thank you.
Yeah, they mean the extra money you make by Airbnb being the apartment, the other room in your apartment that you don't own. Yeah, I get it.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items
Your
you'd
neighbors
like to
love
speak
it, having strangers come in
Catherine
every 2
McQueen,
minutes.
general comment. I'd like to urge you to agendize the ceasefire resolution. I'm in Tracy Parks district. Hi, Tracy. The war in Gaza has been using our tax dollars that we could use here to help with homeless and things like that. It's an environmental disaster. It threatens a wider war, which really would have bad repercussions on us, but of course also on everybody in the Middle East. But it would really hurt us too. We just heard from Ghostbusters and Starlight Foundation, and I would like you guys to think how many children a ceasefire resolution, an actual ceasefire would save. We're just killing children right now, children and women and other
Sure.
civilians.
Uh-huh.
So
You
I
counted
urge
them,
you to
I know.
agendize this so that we can have public comment on it. Thank you.
Your handlers, Hamas, gave you all the info you needed. Fucking liberal loon.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Good morning. My name is Jessie Keenan, and I'm from the Orange Cooler Project in CD6.
And which items would you like to speak to?
General public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Daily, I brought 24 bags of ice to
All
Edna
three
Street
of
in
them
Van
are
Nuys
last.
for 4 years, every day. I studied daily who actually did the outreach needed and who didn't. I begged the other orgs to help me or help supply garbage bags for the trash I cleaned up daily. Padilla, you along with the other orgs coordinated,
John?
wouldn't even acknowledge me the week you fenced up the entire street. 2 weeks ago, I took a man who was wanting help in housing to Hope the Mission, and both locations turned him away at 10:30 a.m. saying they were full. Until these multi-million-dollar orgs are held responsible for their lack of accountability of what they say they are doing, nothing's going to change. My guess is that actually the people being housed is coming from the rehab system, which is $40,000 per head that they're receiving. Ms. Rodriguez and Ms. Rahman, keep fighting, keep digging. LASA has failed, and only this council can hold them responsible. I know every name of the people I've met and lost to the streets. Do you? Goodbye and thank you.
Yeah, you're a big baby. What do you want? Don't start walking on everything. No.
Good morning. You have 3
Man,
minutes
what are
for the
you
items and
doing?
1 minute for general public comment.
I'd like to speak on items.
Viewer discretion is advised.
On non-agenda public comment, please.
Damn it.
You know, back
Just
in the
do it.
day, when overdose awareness was providing me no awareness, I went to Hong Kong to meet up with Mr. Biden's son so we could smoke crack. And I told Joseph Biden, your son's a crack ass, like you. And the president told me, go back to China.
This is not on any topic within the jurisdiction of the Los Angeles City Council.
Mr.
You have to get back on
Mr. Mokisi,
topic, or we'll move you to general public
item
comment.
number 7, dealing with special recognition for overdose. So I, Chinese American, know my rights. Stop interrupting the speaker. I'm on number 7. You see? Every time I come into this chamber, I am not protected by my language no more. Is that because I'm Chenese? I could be
Continue to be off topic, Mr. Herman.
Okay, then let me go to number beautification. Come on. Beautification is not in Los Angeles, no, because we find out in CD5.
That was him, not me.
Mr. Soto was placing a Confederate flag yesterday in front of the building.
Fat boy.
And I do not accept that. I want a Nazi flag for beautification.
So, Mr. Herman, this is your only warning. You are not on topic. This is about a beautification services project. So please stay on topic.
Okay.
I'm going to move you to general public comment.
Okay, no, I'm going to read it into the public comment now.
You want to go to general public comment?
No. Item number 6. Let me go into my English language now. Item number 6 is a motion for community beautification service. We hang flags, we hang banners in support of beautification, and you're telling me, my mind, that I'm fucked up not knowing what I'm talking about? Don't get into my darkness. Don't get into my drugs.
Go to general public comment.
Now the monkey has spoken. Monkey Dawson, the nigger with attitude, prevents me in my First Amendment to talk about Dumb Biden's drug addict son. He prevents me to speak like an Asian, Chinese, Korean American, or whatever fucking Asian I am, but who cares? I'm an American citizen. And I cannot understand why you still bring in the Sergeant of Arms, for the record, Sergeant D. Napapoli, L-U-G-I, what is it, Luigi? Why is he threatening disabled people? He threatened Dan Gus, who's a reporter. And that's the kind of racist, prejudiced, hypocrite motherfuckers you are, fucking with people with mental health, fucking with people who are disabled, and fucking with the non-disabled. Give us access, give us our First Amendment on behalf of Trump. Fuck you.
He said non-disabled. What's he even talking about? He's got the poor dog with him every time. Here we go. He's trolling him in that goddamn nightgown. That's a nightgown. That ain't no palm
Would you
dress.
like to speak to
City
it?
Attorney, if you allow me, can you allow me to speak on everything? Thank
Yes,
you.
so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank
Please
you.
begin with the items.
Thank you very much, Mr. City Attorney. I would like to start with number 5. This is Mr. Harry Dawson talked about the Community Safety Partnership Program, and I continue to support this program because we have LAPD officers like Officer Duarte. Those are the best of the best LAPD officer. We're saving the kids, and then from becoming a drug addict. I actually know in this community safety partnership, there's numerous Officer Duarte. There were many dangerous kids. They're about to end up on the street. They were about to become a drug addict. They were about to become a murder, killer, rapist. But it's because we have those LAPD community safety partnership, because we have those amazing Officer Duarte, we save those kids. We solve those kids from end up in jail, end up in prison, end up being inside of the LAPD. So I support this community safety partnership. I support Officer Duarte and all LAPD members. And then number 6. The beautification services in Council 5. First of all, I support this motion because City 5, we definitely need this community beautification. But at the same time, it's my concern that we have 14 or 15 districts. And now, as far as I know, the Olympic is coming. As far as I know, the Los Angeles will become a world center within 3 or 4 years. And my major concern is the beautification in the Kevin De Leon CD14. I don't know how are we going to deal with when the whole world coming here for Olympic, and then we see downtown LA 80,000 people living on the street, using the street sidewalk as a toilet, pee, poop on the side of a toilet. So I don't know how we're going to do that. We need this beautification, but not only CD5, every single city district, especially my district, number 1. And then number 7. Number 7, it is about drug overdose. So first of all, I support this motion because I know LAPD has a dedicated team regarding the drug, regarding the illegal drug and everything, all those. And then I know there are numerous Officer Duarte are working day and night, working 24/7, non-stop. We're trying to hunt down those illegal overdose. But the problem is, we are not arresting those people anymore. Before, LAPD used to arrest, prosecute, but right now, whenever you have an drug overdose, LAPD arrests them. They are out of jail the second day because they are being wasted, because they are being released the second day. That's not going to work.
General public comment.
And general public comment. I want to send my gratitude to Officer Duarte and to all the members of the LAPD. The reason why is on the Metro bus, I actually encounter a hate crime. There's a passenger called me a 3 inches shrimp. They call me 3 inches because of my 3 inches. I don't know what that means. But anyway, Officer Duarte, what I know is LAPD are trying to protect all Los Angelinos, regardless you are 1 inches or you are 3 inches. I know Officer Duarte has a 24 inches baton.
This is not on the agenda. This is not within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city. So I need you to bring it back to something that's within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city.
All of the LAPD officers are trying. Their job is to protect every single Angelino, every single person in city of LA, regardless I'm a 3 inches or not. I support Officer Duarte and I support LAPD 24 inches. Thank you, Officer.
Speaker, your time has expired.
I'm top player hater from Korea. You bitches better recognize.
Good morning. So you have 3 minutes.
Your
for the
discretion
items
is
and 1 minute
advised.
for general public comment. Please begin.
Told you
with
he
your
was
items.
trolling the fuck out of him.
Thank you, DEI hire. It's Pumpkinhead. Ew! Get him right.
Called him a DEI hire.
Number 4. Let's see here. The cultural affairs, expenditures. What district's it going in? I'd ask Tracy, but she's busy talking to her friends. So I will deny number 4 then. Pay attention next time. Eunice is paying attention, so we'll clear all her items. And then number 9, the indicted one current price. Oh, boy. Yes, that's right. Going to court at South Park. South Park's the name of a famous cartoon that predicts the future. $60,000 from the police fund to go to what? Safety partnership program. So in other words, current price is secretly defunding the police. Make a note of that, John Lee. Tell your FBI contacts that he's trying to take away money from law enforcement. Shame on you, current price. Why would you do that? Because when he gets sentenced, he's going to use that to reduce the sentence. Oh, then he's smarter than he looks. I support it then. Then number 6, beautification for the famous horse racer Sal Yaroslavsky. Then how come she gets money for Conservation Corps, but poor Imelda has to take money out of her office holder account just to cut some weeds over there in the Sepulveda Basin? Why are you treating the Jews better than the Latinas?
Why?
Is that your way there, new Mr. President? I thought you were going to be equitable. But instead, another bald head, another day, right? And then number 7, Overdose Awareness Day. Today, we dedicate this meeting to Hunter Biden. Yes, as you know, and definitely Ulysses can testify to this, over on Rampart and 7th, Rampart 8th, and the alleys over there on 8th and Alvarado, Ulysses has a whole bunch of crack addicts in the alleys. She could go in there with her office holder accounts money and clear them all out. But she keeps the dealers in business. And again, we will teach you, if you want to know, how to make a crack pipe. First, you put the dope in the bottom and heat it up at 170 degrees. Then you put the effluent in, then the butane, and light it up and smoke and
General
have
public
fun.
comment?
All right, now we get to the general comment. So, you'll be going on your vacation soon. So let's remember a few things. Number one, if somebody gives you counsel criminals a bag of money, know that there's a nearby camera operated by an FBI agent. So I would put that down as a big no this time around. Secondly, let's talk about the famous flower, the white flower. Can we get you to retire that ugly flower over there
So,
at CD7?
Mr. Spindler,
It's just
we've warned you
horrible. It's
multiple
awful.
times. You need to speak to things that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of this
Can
council.
you bring my time back, dum-dum? You took my time when you interrupted me with that large fat head and those big fingers. So remember, the state bar is looking into your bar card, and they're looking into DEI's bar card. And because Daniel Gus will fuck you and put you in a tent when he's done.
Shout out to DanielGus.substack.com.
All right, that concludes in-person public
Oh,
comment.
there's
Now we'll
one
go to the
more. Mike
phones for 10
Greenspan.
minutes.
What about Mike Greenspan?
So, Speaker, sorry. General public comment and public comment has been closed. We are moving to the phones.
They dicked him
You
out.
are instructed to not disrupt this meeting by shouting out. We need to move to the phones right now.
Even though we spent an hour giving 4 different folks awards. But now one more
Caller,
minute.
which
is gonna
items would
bother
you like
them.
to speak on?
You tell me they're not communists.
Good morning. Formerly protesting
Good morning.
the
And
Brown
which
Act
items would
violation.
you like to
Now
speak to?
on items 5, 7, and 8. Oh, 8, can't do 8.
So 8 has been sent to committee, so you have 2 minutes for items 5 and 7.
That's what I'm saying, Retro. People ask me why I don't do
Will there
it.
be a special
That's
meeting
why.
for 8, though?
So again, this is not an opportunity for Q&A, but you can speak to items 5 and
value
7.
my
No, but
time
I
more.
need to, oh gosh, I'm just trying to understand what I'm capable of doing later. Will I have to hold to be able to speak on 8? That's all I'm asking you.
So
Thank you.
no, there is
And
no
that's
special
it.
meeting today on item 8.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to make sure of. Thank you. Thank you so much. Item 5. This is so-called motion for a community safety partnership program being brought to us by indicted criminal Curran Price and Sleazy Marquise Dawson for lining their corrupt pockets of yet another $60,000 from this motion that should go to the people of Los Angeles. The city clerk is supposed to be instructed to execute
Yeah,
documents
QWERTY.
to direct the payment of this
Best believe he is.
$60,000 to Art Active Incorporated. But these funds will end up in the bank accounts of indicted embezzlement polygamist criminals Curran Price and Sleazy Marquise Dawson. For this reason, I demand a no vote on this item. Item 7 should receive a no vote, in my opinion, as indicted criminal Curran Price and unelected Heather Hutt are allowed to vote. The Los Angeles Sleazy Council is the most corrupt local government in the country, everybody.
That's it,
and
Bonsai.
even
That's why we
though
watch.
this item is for only $400, we the people object to indicted criminals and unelected Uncle Tom's Hut voting on matters concerning our public funds. Overdose Awareness Day, Sleazy Hall illumination does nothing to reduce the homeless generated by petty pink-faced Krikorian and Dawson. I demand a no vote. I'm going to public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Petty
Please begin.
pink-faced corrupt Armenian dictator Paul Ku Klux Krikorian has indicted Alan Bale embezzling criminal Curran Price voting daily on this corrupt, sleazy council. Public Black faces occupy 20% of the Sleazy Council, yet black women are only 4.3% of the population, but 22% of female rape, 36% of female assault, 33% of female homicide, 33% of all female violence, nearly 50% of the homeless, 50% of the incarcerated, 50% of the unemployed. And the black community has zero representation from this incompetent, corrupt, sellout, self-serving, indicted Black Uncle Tom members of the corrupt city council. I demand all their resignations. Something needs to change, folks. Thank you.
Next caller.
Think he hates his job?
Caller, which items would you like to speak
it's
on?
probably pretty cushy, pays well. Always
General
something to
public
do.
comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Please begin.
I don't know.
Bro, I know you had to feel a little weird.
Can't even
that
hear
we
him.
were honoring an assembly candidate there, but how did you feel when Bob said you're going to be amazing in Sacramento, knock on wood?
That's
This is
Rob
a
Kwong.
wink and nod of misuse of city position for political activity. Bob just must have been inspired by our council president doing that a few months
Because
ago.
they don't care, Randy.
I just want to note Mark Gonzalez'
They don't wanna hear anyways.
strong arm tactics on behalf of the establishment, which is why you love honoring him. We had former Republican John Lee calling him the godfather because Mark jammed through a recommendation of no endorsement in CD12, something overridden by 90% of the club. Mark changed the rules to make it harder to contest endorsement recommendations. And then just this year, Mark also kicked out endorsement committee members from a Zoom meeting to prevent them from pulling the endorsements of Santiago and Nazarian. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next caller.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Yes, I'd like to speak to number 5 and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for item number 5 and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the item.
I would like to offer a friendly amendment to number 5. I support the transfer and appropriation of the funds from LAPD. It should go directly to the park for the families, for the people who show up, for the people who want to be active in their community at their park. And if it's necessary, use the word safe. Well, how about just unifying community? I call to question the private security companies that surround Los Angeles within and without, and how they're basically funded and how they're basically insured and trained. And are they working with LAPD? This would significantly reduce the funding in our budget for the LAPD, and I think that those funds should definitely go to something like our parks for the families. And for general public comment, I'd like to say that
Go ahead.
on Turtle Island, we've been suffering for 500 plus years as indigenous people of genocide, so we recognize our indigenous Palestinian relatives, and the LA City should celebrate the Indigenous Peoples Day, but we demand and write and figure out how to agendize this to have a cease permanent fire, because we need to keep in right relations with all of our indigenous people all around the world. So please do the right thing and agendize this. Free Palestine now.
Okay, next caller.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Next commie.
Caller with the last digits 0865. You're unmuted.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Which items would you like to speak to?
General comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Please begin.
Hi, my name is Kaya, and I'm a member of DSALA, and I'm a constituent of Katie Yaroslavsky's. Hi, Katie. All right, DSA is part of a grassroots coalition of more than 40 groups, and that group is growing. Los Angeles must support an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza, the flow of humanitarian
They're not
aid
Americans, JSN.
into Gaza,
That's why.
and the release of Israeli
They
hostages
don't care.
and Palestinian hostages as well. The call for ceasefire is deeply and widely felt in LA. The LA Federation of Labor, which represents over 800,000 working families, put out a statement in support of a ceasefire in March. Students across all major LA universities have taken action and made their voices heard in protest of the genocide happening in Gaza. And today, workers at UCLA have gone on strike because of unfair practices used to silence the voices of those who want to see an end to the violence in Gaza. Please identify this immediately. I'm just from like a personal note. I've never seen, heard so many awful images and videos and stories. I just wanted to share one of the stories.
Caller, your time has expired. Next caller.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
In fact, they're anti-American. I always tell you that.
Caller,
These are
with the
homegrown
last digits
terrorists.
7543.
Domestic
You're
terrorists.
muted.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you. We look forward to seeing everyone at Budget Day on Saturday, June 15th. We hope everyone will register and attend. Thank you. It's very important that people learn about the budget process and transparency. Thank you very much.
Next caller.
I don't think I've heard one person.
Caller, which
loud.
items would you like to speak on?
Dude has them on 2.
Caller, you are
Hello,
unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Which
Can you hear
items
me?
would you like? Yes, which items would you like to speak to?
I'll
Okay, so that would be items
that
4 through
dumb?
7. You have 3 minutes for the items. Please begin.
Okay, well, I voted no on the, I think it's set 5 and 7.
No, that's Susan Roach.
4 through
Like
7.
the previous lady said. Is it 5 and 7?
Caller
And, I live in CD1. My name is Susan Rocha.
Told you.
And the budget is a joke. I mean, you guys are going to do whatever you want to do. It's just phony that you're asking the public input. You do whatever you want. You don't listen
So,
to the
caller,
public.
this sounds like
But,
general public
okay,
comment. So
I'm
if you would
going-
like to speak to items
Okay.
4 through 7, please do that now, or we can
Okay.
move you to general public comment.
Okay, I'll go to general.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Okay, I want Hugo and CD13 to know that the malicious prosecution and the priest that maliciously prosecuted me for a crime that never happened, and I was found not guilty, he's in your district now. He's in Elysian Valley at St. Anne's Catholic Church, Priest Albert Pragasam, and his Lying Church, which is connected to Divine Savior in CD1. But he's now in CD13 in Elysian Valley at St. Anne. I want you to be aware of this so that you know and have no contact with this church whatsoever. And so you know what kind of church that this is. They're cruel, they're mean, they're heartless. They'll put me through a trial for no goddamn good reason other than just to try to stick it to me and screw me up. You know, they lost. It's really cruel what they did because that was all a big fat lie. And this priest...
Caller, your time has expired.
That'd be funny, Geeky.
All right, that concludes public
Then
comments.
they sue you for their likeness.
For this meeting by both telephone and in person. What's next?
What a jip.
Clerk?
So
The
we had to
council may now
endure
vote on
four
items 4 through
fucking-
7.
Four
All right,
goddamn
items 4 through
shows by
7. Those
them.
items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll,
Didn't even
tabulate
give
the
you
vote.
5 calls.
10 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Fuck out of here.
The council may now vote on item 3.
Man, I heard.
Item
hopefully
3
Jason's good.
is an
I haven't heard
item
him
for
in a
which
minute. At least
Mr.
Brock
Price
got in the other day.
is recusing himself.
But I haven't heard Jason in a minute.
All right, Councilmember Price has
Same
left
with
the
Shelley
room.
Babes. I haven't heard either.
Without Price, we lose quorum, so we'll ask Mr. Price to come back, and we will continue. Item number 3.
As he recused himself,
hold
the
on, hold
federally
on.
indicted one.
Okay.
And Mr. President, there has been a request to send item number 4 forthwith.
All right, without objection, that'll be the order. All right, are there any announcements, members?
Yes, I need to talk some more.
Mr. Soto Martinez.
Thank you so much, Council President. I do have a very exciting announcement.
Red smile.
So we are very excited to host the 2024 LA Pride Parade in District 13, right in the heart of Hollywood, as you can see by this map. They will be
Rainbow
starting
Mat.
Sunday at 11 a.m. On
wow.
Sunset and Highland. But there will
Oh, this
also
one's in
be
Hollywood
an
now.
amazing Pride Village from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. on
Pickleball
Hollywood Boulevard
court.
between Vine and Gower, which is seen here in the map as well. It would be free street fair with food, activities, live performances, and so much more. As
Mini
we know, it was
beer
it was
garden.
really amazing to
Beer
raise
garden.
the Progress Pride flag yesterday. So thank you, Councilmember McCosker, for leading that effort, and I hope to see many of you on Sunday.
Thank you so much, Mr. Soto Martinez. All right, now we'll come back to item number 3. Mr. Price remains recused. Let's open the roll on that item.
I wonder if they have like a
Close the
they
roll,
them float.
Tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
All right.
Like
What's
a
next?
whole, you know, a whole
Council has motions for
float
posting and
for just
referral.
pronouns.
They are posted and referred.
The desk is clear.
All right. Any additional announcements? Pride in Hollywood this Sunday. Any other announcements? All right. Seeing none, I'll ask everyone in the chamber to rise for adjourning motions.
We're getting out of here. It's a quick one today.
All right.
Out
And
in
we
2
have
hours.
a adjourning motion from Council District 6. Councilmember Padilla.
Colleagues, today I ask that we adjourn in the memory of Rudy Moreno, known as the godfather of Latino comedy. He was a beloved comedian who made significant contributions to the comedy world and to his community, helping propel the careers of many of the biggest Latino names in comedy today. Born on July 24, 1957, and raised in Lincoln Heights, Los Angeles, Moreno began his comedy career in 1991 after being encouraged by Rudy Salas and the band Tierra. He was a regular performer at the Ice House Comedy Club in Pasadena and hosted shows such as the Rudy Moreno and Friends. Throughout his career, Moreno appeared on numerous television shows, including Arrested Development, The Shield, ER, Everybody Loves Raymond, and Criminal Minds. He also contributed to the comedy series Gabriel Iglesias Presents Stand-Up Revolution. His work extended beyond comedy clubs. His comedic talent led him to open the acts for Smokey Robinson and the Black Eyed Peas. In addition to his entertainment career, Moreno was deeply involved in charitable efforts. He and his family founded Comics for Kids, an event aimed at helping inner-city children. Sadly, Rudy Moreno passed away on May 10, 2024, at the age of 66. Still, Mr. Moreno's legacy continues through the countless comedians he inspired and the many crowds he made erupt in laughter. He was a champion for his people, on and off the stage, and he will be missed by many. May he rest in peace.
Thank you so much. Seeing no other adjourning motions, we are retired for today's business. We're adjourned. Thank you so much.
That's weird. Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me? Hear me now. Okay. Yeah, no, Stinks is asleep. I can't blame it on that one. I don't know. I must have clicked on it and it was on the thing and I didn't realize it. But just wanted to say I guess that's another one in the books. And we have a beautiful day here in the dam. Sun is going down. Looks great. It's Friday in the dam. Don't forget 8 p.m. tonight Pacific time, so please adjust to your time zone. We will be live for our Friday night fun. Other than that, I guess just have a fantastic Friday. I understand if you can't join us because you got a busy Friday. I know the weekend is here. Have a good time at whatever you're doing. Get back safe to us here. And always keep those notifications on because you never know when a chase may pop off. So having said that, on behalf of Stink Bomb, who's sitting right here. Let's see if I can put him up really fast. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. There he is, sleeping on the computer, on the laptop, as he always has. I already broke it one time. He's going to break it again. And myself, I'm out of here for now. Thank you for everything you do for me and for each other. Thank you for the likes, the love, the donos, and especially the thumbs ups. They're free and they work. I'll see you guys later.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, you guys. I'm going home.